And I've come up to another stream crossing with a primitive bridge in here. You can probably see the blaze ahead. This is a wild trail. And I think I'm starting to see why this trail is not overly used. Well, we've come to a crossroads. What do we do? Welcome back to another hiking adventure. So today, I am going to hike in the good old SATWaSR, the Samuel Tamposi Water Supply Reserve. I think that's pretty close to it. So I'm currently on Tibbetts Road. There's a few points of interest here that I'm interested in. So I'm going to continue down Tibbetts Road here at the beginning for now. And we're going to check it out. And we have come up to the Tibbetts family homestead here. Certainly has the makings of a cellar hole, or I should say the homestead cellar hole. But there it is, the cellar hole where the home once stood. Tibbetts Road right there. And as we continue through the woods, we come up to a hill nearby the Tibbetts homestead. And we come to the Tibbetts family cemetery here. There's a few of these smaller markers as well. Alright, so I've just come out from the cemetery trail. So I'm going to cross the street now, head down Rudolph's Run Trail, which looks like it is blazed in red circles. And this trail apparently not overly popular, as I am laying the first footprints, and the snow here in mid-March is not exactly fresh. And I think I'm starting to see why this trail is not overly used here in the already not overly used conservation area. And I've come up to another stream crossing with a primitive bridge in here. You can probably see the blaze ahead. This is a wild trail. It's oh, this is an interesting one. Alright, we are going to continue. And we have come up to the Highland Trail, which is blazed in blue rectangles. We are going to head off this way on the Highland Trail now, as we continue our push to the top. You'll understand why that's true in a minute. And we've done it. We've made it to the top of Mount Ripley. Rather obscure little peak, to say the least. It comes in at 341 feet. I was actually named by the Conservation Commission after the first explorer to make it to the top of this hill, which was Ripley. And I'll put a picture of Ripley in the video so you can see them. So welcome to the top of this. Oh, look at that. There's a sign. I didn't even know. And there's Ripley there. And I've been corrected. 342 feet. So there is Ripley. That gave Mount Ripley its name. This peak name actually is not even on peakbagger.com. It's not even on their map. That's how little known it is. Of course, not an overly high peak here. I do have several named peaks on my list that I've done that are shorter than this one, though. I think I looked before I came. I think this one is the 8th shortest one of the named hills that I've hiked. The shortest one being old town hill that was 168 feet. That hill, though, had a much better view than this one. That hill had an incredible view, considering its height. And the Barrington Conservation Commission has a whole big spiel on this hiking area on the website, on the Conservation Commission website, and it is, I read through some of it. It is pretty funny. It's worth a read if you're in the Barrington area, reading through all the descriptions of this place. This is an interesting place. It's been an interesting hike. That is true. And there's kind of an interesting boulder for you. It's short, but it's wide. So I'm going to name that the boulder of the hike right there. As we continue down the Highland Trail, this should loop us back around to Tibbetts Road. So we have finished the Highland Trail. We're now going to jump onto the Cedar Swamp Trail, which heads off this way, heading back toward Tibbetts Road. This trail looks like it's blazed in wood. Just wood. Oh, wood blocks, that's a first for a trail blaze. Alright, so we're going to continue. And we have done it. We have looped back around to Tibbetts Road. Footbridge. Off that way. Does that mean that there is a very wet part of Tibbetts Road that may be impassable coming up? It looks like it down the road here. Alright, so I'm assuming that the footbridge goes off that way, but I am going to get down there, take a peek. And you can see it is pretty flooded out. It's mostly iced over, but I did see on the description asking you not to attempt to cross because the ice can be deceptively thin underneath the stream. I can hear it flowing, so I will go back and use the footbridge. But first, let's pan out here. This is great, great view of the swamp. Well, we've come to a crossroads. What do? I think, considering it's mid-March, it's very melty, very runoffy. It's pretty wet. I think we will stick with the high and dry route. Wet crossing can be difficult at times. This is the time of year when it will be difficult. So I think we will take the new route and stay high and dry. And here it is, the promised footbridge, and the stream is certainly sounding pretty gushy right now. Sorry if this clip comes out shaky. It is chained to the tree. Oh, that is nice. Here's just a closer up shot of these cascades. Very nice. And just like that, we have emerged from our mini adventure there. Just came out from there, and we will continue now on this final leg of this hiking adventure. This has been a pretty adventurous one, to say the least. Alright, so down in the distance I can see a yellow sign warning you that there is a gate ahead, which means this hiking adventure is quickly approaching its close. So that was an interesting one. That was a fun one, to say the least. When I first saw the trail map for this place, I saw it a few weeks ago for the first time, and it really did catch my eye. And you can see it came up pretty high on the list as I came out to check it out here a few weeks later. And I'm glad I did. That was some really interesting features in this forest. So I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you for watching.